Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to the subtropical paradise of Japan, Okinawa. My name is Sandra, and I'm a UK representative for the Okinawa Convention Visitors Bureau. And in this very brief session, I would like to give you a taste of what visitors can see and do during their visit to Okinawa. So firstly, let me show you a very short video of the winter delights of Okinawa. So Okinawa is situated on the southwestern tip of the Japanese archipelago. It's a separate island to mainland Japan. Visitors from the UK can fly into mainland Japan, such as Tokyo and Osaka, and then they can choose to connect onto a flight to Okinawa, which takes about 3 hours. So Okinawa usually forms part of a multi-trip to Japan. It's rarely a solo destination, and it's most likely at the end of a Japan trip. So the prefecture has 13 airports in total, to which 3 of them are international with flights to other Asian destinations. So there are 160 islands in Okinawa, which makes it perfect to experience some island hopping to the remote islands. And the number of airports I just mentioned means that some of the islands can be accessed by plane. So this is a map of Okinawa. On the Okinawa main island, Naha city in the southern part is the prefectural capital. Population of Okinawa is about 1.4 million, with 90% of the people living on the Okinawa main island. And there are various ways to get around Okinawa. So on the main island, you can make use of the monorail. You can also hire cars. There's also express ferries, which I would recommend. They are high-speed boats to allow you to get quickly to reach the northern part of the main island. So Naha to Motobu, for example, is 75 minutes. You can hire bikes and motorcycles for short distances as well. And then on the remote islands, hiring a car is recommended, or the use of taxis, and buses are fewer. But some of the islands are just great for walking, trekking and cycling, and so there's less need for public transport. So there are over 3,000 properties in Okinawa. So accommodations are not categorized into high-end, luxury, mid-luxury or budget. And there's also no star rating adopted either. There are many quality hotels to choose from in the prefecture. So from beautiful resorts on seafront locations to those on the remote islands such as Kuma Island, Miyako Islands and the Yaeyama Islands. And there's a sample list of accommodation which can be found in the Okinawa Islands Resort Hotel map, which I will make sure that you will receive a digital copy of. And basically, it's like a map that will have Okinawa main island and all the different islands, and it lists the different accommodation names and where they're located there. So the list of the hotels are in order of price. So the top hotel is like the higher price, and the last one is like the lower price on there. So I'm going to take you through some suggestions of what a visitor can do when they visit Okinawa. So first up, Okinawa main island for 3 days. So day 1, I would suggest like exploring Naha city on foot and also by monorail so that you can get around to all the key sites. The Okinawa Prefectural Museum and Art Museum is a great way to start your Okinawa trip so that you can learn about the prefecture and the history of the Yuku Islands. Here you can find a historical museum and an art museum, which is enclosed within one building, and it's been constructed in the style of a Yuku castle. Then you've got Shurijo Castle, which is 15 minutes walk from the Shuri monorail station. It's once home to the castle of the Yuku Kingdom, so it's a very famous historical site. Then you head on to Tsuboya Yachiman Street, which is 15 minutes walk from Makishi monorail station. It's a small pottery village known as the birthplace of Tsuboya pottery. And then Makishi Public Market is a lively market, and it's popular for experiencing Okinawa's unique food culture. So day 2, you can explore the surrounding areas and take part in activities around Naha. So this is Tokashiki Island. So visitors would like to visit a beach. They can enjoy diving and snorkeling here. And it's about 35 minutes by boat from the Tamari port in Naha. There are cooking classes that you can take part in. So there's a Yona food cooking studio, which offers a market tour and cooking experience in English. And there are other various sort of like cultural activities to experience. So you've got craft making, you can learn to play the sanshin. You can try a coral dyeing experience by combining designs from coral fossil to dye materials using colourful liquids. You can shop for yucca glass, which is with its unique and colourful appearance. They make great souvenirs, and some workshops offer a glass blowing experience. You can learn the art of karate, so you can take part in this tradition. You can also watch a yukon dance as well. It's a traditional dance of Okinawa. Then day 3, you can head up to the central north area for a day, or you can stay overnight. So Ona Village is 50 minutes by car from Naha Airport. It's one of the best resort areas on the main island of Okinawa. It's dotted with like hotels and beaches facing the west coast. And then Cape Manzamo, it's Okinawa's prime scenic spot. The cliff face is carved into the shape of an elephant's nose and surrounded by aquamarine waters. And then Yomatan village is a pottery mecca. And in Okinawa, pottery is called yachimun. So there's more Okinawa main island options available. So you can choose to stay a night in Naha and then head up to the Motubu area, which is sort of like the northern central part, to explore Nakajin Castle, believed to be constructed in the 13th century. And it's also a site for the Cherry Blossom Festival from late January to February. Kuri Island is a small island surrounded by emerald green ocean. Or you can choose to stay a night in Naha and then head all the way up to the northern part of the main island to Yambaru. It's full of rich, beautiful scenery and magnificent jungle. So you can enjoy outdoor activities such as camping and eco tours. You can spend a day canoeing, trekking or sea kayaking. Now, those who prefer an island hopping experience, you can do 3 days of this. So heading over to the Yaeyama region, it offers, these group of islands offers a diverse range of attractions. So you can start your island adventure from Ishigaki Island, which is the gateway to the Yaeyama Islands. It takes about an hour by plane from Naha to reach Ishigaki Island, where you can enjoy the hustle and bustle and excitement of the city life. You can take in nature in the form of Kibera Bay, with a pure white sand beach. It's all that contrast with the green colour of the 9 small islands nearby. And then at night, you can gaze at the brilliant starlit sky where you can see 84 out of a possible 88 constellations from Ishigaki Island. There's also starry sky tours available. Then you can head over to Irimoti Island, which is 40 to 45 minutes by express ferry from Ishigaki Island, which is the second largest island after Okinawa main island, designated as a national park. 90% of the island is subtropical jungle. The island is blessed with rich nature, so you can indulge in a bit of kayaking in the mangroves, you can enjoy trekking to reach popular waterfall spots, you can go swimming and snorkeling as well. And then Takatomi Island is 15 minutes ferry ride from Ishigaki Island. You can explore this beautiful, quaint hamlet by foot or bicycle. It takes about an hour to cycle around it. The island adopts like a slower pace of life. The village has timber constructed residences with red tiled roofs, walls made from coral, and roads paved with white coral sand. And the flow of time throughout the settlement has remained unchanged. Takatomi Island is also surrounded by shallow beaches and calm seas. You can witness a sunset that colours the sea red. You can also enjoy a starry night sky from here too. But if time is really limited for the visitor, a suggestion would be to spend a day or night in Naha, followed by 2 nights in the Yaeyama Islands, such as Ishigaki Island and Takatomi Island. So that was a taste of what the visitor can experience during their stay in Okinawa. So I really do recommend you to contact me for more ideas. There are now sort of 5 lessons available on the Okinawa course, which are very quick to go through. So don't forget, there are prizes to be won each month. We are offering authentic luxury souvenirs all the way from Okinawa. And there's a wealth of information to be found on the Visit Okinawa website, so please do follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest updates. Thank you very much for listening, everyone.
Stephen here from Japan Airlines. Just to add to what Sandra said, there is a competition which has been run by Okinawa. We're also joining Okinawa jointly between December and February, and so there's a double prize. So yeah, lovely traditional Okinawan souvenirs. And also JAL is offering a Gate 8 cabin bag, which is branded with the JAL logo. So have a little look at both of our courses. You've got to do a minimum of 2 lessons each to qualify. Just going to give you a bit of a rundown, obviously, on Japan Airlines and where we fit in terms of Okinawa. Going to give you, first of all, some reasons why. Your Japan experience starts the moment you step on board us. You can enjoy Japanese cuisine, beverages, films, and manga, which is Japanese comics, as well as Japanese hospitality known as omotenashi, a selfless way of receiving guests. Our world-class airline has been tending to the needs of international passengers for 70 years. We actually had our 70th anniversary this year, but that's for when we first started flying domestically. But very soon it will be international 70 years as well. And due to our market-leading products and services, we have been recognized as a Skytrax 5-star airline, one of only 10 airlines in the world. We've also been voted TripAdvisor's best airline in Japan 4 years in a row, so doing quite well there as well. And together with our BA and Finnair partners, JAL connects the UK to a comprehensive domestic Japan network of nearly 60 destinations, of course, including Okinawa. We offer a wide variety of published fares, inclusive of international and Japan domestic sectors. Stopovers in Japan are permitted free of charge for all published first and business class fares, and £75 per stopover for most published premium economy and economy fares. Reservations are possible through your GDS, or if you're an agent, of course, up to 360 days prior to departure. So you can certainly book way ahead. And our peace of mind travel means that for eligible tickets, full refunds are accepted without any fee, or flights can be rebooked on another date. We've actually extended that policy up until the end of August next year. JAL's COVID safety measures, sorry to mention the C word, we have actually received a 5-star COVID safety rating from Skytrax and a diamond certification from the Air Passenger Experience Association, APEX, and these are the highest evaluations you can receive from these two organizations. Bear with me. There we go. Just going to give you a little bit of an overview on our the cabins, the international flights that we offer between here and Japan. At the moment, we're actually flying 10 flights per week from Heathrow into Haneda. It obviously depends on the aircraft type that we're operating. It does vary depending on the season, and certainly over the recent year and a half, it's been changing. So you need to kind of check before you actually book. But we offer 4 classes of cabin on our direct service between Heathrow and Haneda. In first class, you can experience the ultimate relaxation in privacy in one of the largest compartments in the sky. A most refreshing sleep is assured when resting in our 6'6" 199 centimeter long bed, which comes with an innovative airweave mattress. In JAL business class, our Skytrax award-winning suite with its fully flat 6'2" bed has unobstructed aisle access, comes with airweave bedding and a 23-inch personal TV screen. JAL Premium Economy offers a seat with the most generous legroom in its class, a full 42 inches seat pitch. That's about 4 inches more than our partners and also our competitors. JAL Premium Economy passengers are also given access to dedicated check-in counters at the airport, priority luggage handling, and complimentary lounge access, which is also very rare. Not many people traveling in premium economy actually get the access to the lounge access, so something just to be noted. JAL Skywider, which is our economy class, is Skytrax's 5 times winner of the world's best economy class seat. It comes with improved leg space, 10.6-inch touchscreen TV, and our economy class cabin, so the seat and everything else surrounding it, was also Skytrax's 2021 world's best. Other highlights on board our aircraft are a delicious choice of Japanese and Western cuisine, personal in-flight entertainment systems with a wide selection of movies, TV box sets, music, and noise-cancelling headphones, and in-flight Wi-Fi. So it's about an 11.5-hour journey, so there's certainly enough, whichever cabin that you actually travel in, to keep yourself entertained for sure. Just touching on the actual domestic product, so obviously if you want to get down to Okinawa, you're going to have to fly down there, certainly with JAL from Tokyo or Osaka. The class flown internationally will obviously determine the class flown domestically within Japan. Depending on the flight you take, JAL offers 3 classes of travel on domestic flights to Okinawa. We have JAL First, which is quite unusual to have a first class domestically. And this offers a spacious seat with a deep angle of recline and comes with in-flight dining and beverages. Class J is our domestic business class cabin, and this comes with a comfortable, high quality leather seat and complimentary drinks service. JAL Sky Next, which is our domestic economy class, has slimmer seats for improved legroom. And then just generally throughout the whole of the cabin, free in-flight Wi-Fi is actually offered with no data limitations, and that is available in all classes. So you can keep connected to your friends and family whilst you're flying domestically, and also you can kind of just prepare for your arrival in Okinawa. Now I'm just going to home in on our IT fares. We actually offer special IT fares to the actual UK market. So apologies if you're not dialing in from the UK. So another reason to choose JAL is our IT fares, which come with healthy discounts off the published fare levels in all our cabins, and are available for travel to nearly 50 common rated destinations in Japan. That obviously includes Okinawa, Naha, main island. So you can fly internationally from the UK to JAL on JAL marketed flights operated by JAL or our joint business partners, British Airways and Finnair. A key feature not to forget is that our IT fares allow for up to 2 free stopovers in Japan. That's in all classes, which is different from the published fare itself. So, for example, why not fly to Japan, having a stopover in Tokyo, that's free, and then fly south to Okinawa, as you can see on the map. Then after exploring the Okinawan Islands, you can jump on a plane, for example, back to Osaka and head for the ancient capitals of Kyoto and Nara. And then for the final phase of your trip, jump on a bullet train back up to Tokyo before heading home to the UK. So with the IT fare, your stopovers will be free, as will your internal Japan domestic flights. We also have a historical fare entry, which means that both the fare and related fuel surcharge are fixed at the time of booking. And our ticket time limit waiver means tickets won't need to be issued until much nearer to the time of travel. The IT fares are given directly to UK agents who already have a reasonable volume of leisure passengers to Japan. And for other UK agents, both IATA and non-IATA, the fares can be accessed via our designated wholesalers such as Aviate and the Holiday Team. Now I'm just going to home into what we can actually offer for Okinawan Islands specifically. As you know, Sandra's already from the OCVB has already provided you with a multitude of reasons for your customers to visit the Okinawan Islands. Now all you have to do is get them there. So to Naha, Okinawa main island, JAL has 12 daily flights from Tokyo and 5 daily flights from Osaka. And the journey times respectively are about 2 hours from 2.5 hours from Tokyo to Okinawa and 2 hours from Osaka to Okinawa Island. These flights, as already mentioned, could be included in a JAL IT fare itinerary from the UK. Now, once you're there, we also have what's called an Okinawa Island Pass for people wishing to island hop between Okinawa Main, Ishigaki, Miyako, and Kumajima Islands. You can book from a minimum of 2 sectors up to a maximum of 5 sectors, which each sector costing approximately £66 per sector. Now, this also includes Japanese consumption tax. So using our JAL Group airline, Japan Transocean Air, travelers can fly on the 4 inter-island routes. So they have Naha to Ishigaki, Naha to Miyako, Naha to Kumajima, and Miyako to Ishigaki. The pass itself is refundable at a charge of 5,000 yen if unused, and it is amendable as well, but not the first sector of any itinerary. Just going to give you a little bit of an overview of the actual kind of routings that are, which show the kind of connectivity that you can get. So you can actually see that on the actual outbound, you can actually connect in as little as 1 hour and 25 minutes if you use our Heathrow to Haneda flight called the JAL 042. So very, very good connectivity. On the inbound, so if you're flying back, the connectivity is about 1 hour and 40 minutes if you use the JAL 043. But just a little tip, if you're actually flying back on the JAL 9922, which leaves Okinawa at 20:45, that gives you a full day, your full final day in Okinawa, so you can take that at a leisurely pace. Then you fly, you connect into our JAL 041, which is a very, very early morning flight, which leaves at 1:55 in the morning. The connection time is obviously a little bit longer, but the good reason for using it is that anybody who flies on the JAL 041 will be able to get business class lounge access. So I mentioned before that premium economy passengers on JAL automatically get business class lounge access, but on this flight, the JAL 041, even economy class passengers will get business class lounge access. So a real little perk to kind of offer to your customers. Just move on. So just to round up, this actually has all of the details of the team that actually look after leisure for Japan Airlines. All of this information can be found on OTT's Japan Airlines course and website. So if you actually want to take a little look at that, as Sandra's already mentioned, we are conducting a special prize draw December up until February. So please go and take a look at the actual website there. And then if you do actually need any more information on Japan Airlines and of course on Okinawa or any other destinations in Japan, then please do get in contact with us. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for listening into the presentation. I'm going to hand back to Pretty now. Thank you.
So thank you, Stephen. That was a really good presentation there from both of you, Sandra and Stephen. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Please feel free to comment in the chat box of any questions that you may have, or any thoughts or feedback, or whether you enjoyed the webinar or whether you didn't. All feedback is welcome. So do we actually have any questions? Ask away if anyone has any. Either in the chat box or feel free to unmute yourselves and ask them one by one. So any questions, guys?
I'm just going to answer. I think Andrea said that the Okinawan Island Pass used to be good value before the low-cost carriers arrived, and it's not so much really. But I actually took a look at the actual prices of kind of Okinawa passes. They're still pretty reasonable. The good thing about them is that they actually give you a good degree of flexibility, but I will definitely have a closer review of the pricing just to see what the low-cost carriers are doing. So yeah, a little bit of homework for me, Andrea. Thank you very much.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, I see a question from Daryl which says what currency is accepted. So if Stephen or Sandra can answer that, please.
So the yen would probably be the main one. Yeah, so then for Okinawa, but I'm not sure of the other sort of currencies. I'll sort of double check on that one if I can get the details of the person who asked that question.
Yeah, I think the main currency is obviously Japanese yen on the Okinawan Islands. But yeah, I think the thing that probably need to advise on is where you actually can change money. I think most of the major islands will have obviously, cash points and banks and exchange. But then on the small islands, you're probably best off actually sorting that out before you get there. So Okinawa main island, I'd imagine Ishigaki and Miyako will obviously be geared up to that because they'll have already quite a developed tourism, not just from the UK, but from other countries. So yeah, it's Japanese yen, unless you go on the American Army base. Then maybe you can use US dollars, but I'm not sure if they'll let you in.
Yeah, I didn't want to quite say that, but yeah.
Okay, I have another question from the same gentleman, I think. He's asking, are the seats free to pre-book on the JAL economy? And he says, thank you for the first answer.
Yeah, no, they are free. Yes, I know that some other airlines you actually have to pay. You either have to book a certain booking class to be able to get free seating, but in terms of Japan Airlines, we don't charge for actual seating. Another thing just to kind of mention is that I know that there are some low-cost carriers flying from domestically, Tokyo and Osaka to Okinawa, but they don't come with the same degree of flexibility and also luggage allowance that you will get if you actually book it as part of an inclusive IT fare, which includes the international and domestic. So obviously there are low-cost carriers which you can save a little bit of money there, but the good thing about booking the IT fare is that you get the flexibility. So if you have to, for whatever reason, rebook and go on a different day, then the IT fares will enable you a degree of flexibility which the low-cost carriers won't. So it's the same with low-cost carriers over here in Europe as well.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Stephen. And Daryl says thank you as well. Does anyone have any further questions or any feedback or comments to make?
I think there's a question from, is it Patrick? I think this might be for Sandra. It says always a bit tricky to get local suppliers to work with travel agents instead of only local hotels.
Yeah, so OCVB are actually working on suppliers who are sort of more cooperative to deal with. So they are actually suppliers they're very keen to sort of like engage more with DMCs and tour operators and so forth. So we're actually working on this, and hopefully I can get a full list of those of different varieties of experiences and activities who will be more very cooperative to work with international markets. So watch this space, basically. And then Richard Jackson, I've just seen your question. Yes, I will send through, well, OTT will help me to send through links and all different sort of like sales tools for you, which will include a digital copy of the hotel locations. So that's just a sample list of the hotels. There's loads out there. So I'll see if there's an updated version in the coming months, but I will get that sent through to you first. You're welcome.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. Okay, so, oh yes, there's another one there for you, Sandra, from
Yes.
Paul.
Hi, Paul. Not sure. I will double check for you actually for golf passes. That's an interesting one. So yeah, I'll take a note of that and I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Sandra. Okay. Oh, there's another one there for you. Are we able to get a copy of an airline schedule to Okinawa? That's probably for you, Stephen, from Daryl.
Yeah, I can give you, I mean, one of the slides that I had, I can happy to share the actual PDF for the presentation so that you can actually have all that information there. That contains the kind of primary kind of best connections. There are other flights that you can take between Okinawa and Tokyo, but the one which I provided on the slide is probably the best one. Obviously, things are changing quite a lot. Japan is not open yet to non-Japanese non-residents. So at the moment, our schedule may not be the schedule once the actual door fully opens, but I can give you what we currently are providing. Obviously, Okinawa is a very popular destination with the domestic Japanese tourists. So yeah, we still have a pretty decent frequency at the moment between Tokyo, Osaka, and Okinawa. But yeah, I can certainly get that over to you.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. And then we have another question from Jeff. He's asking, when booking small local traditional Japanese style directly, is English widely spoken by the hotel staff?
So some of the establishments will have a sort of basic command of English. So generally tourism sort of like establishments should have the basic command of English anyway. So yeah, it won't be too difficult.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you for that, Sandra. Hope that was okay, Jeff. Okay, great. Any more from anyone? Fantastic, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, so if we have no further questions, over to Stephen and Sandra to ask them if they have anything further to say, or any further feedback, or anything they would like to ask you, in fact, as agents.
No, that's great. I mean, thank you very much. I mean, all that kind of really leaves us to say is just thank you very much for kind of joining us today. Hopefully you got a better insight into Okinawa as a destination. And obviously, if you need any kind of support in learning more about it or developing any products, then yeah, please get in touch with certainly Sandra from the OCVB and myself, Japan Airlines. Yeah, we're ready and waiting. I think one of the key things is that a lot of people know about Japan as for its culture, its history, as Pretty said in the at the beginning, but they sometimes head off to some other destination in Asia. But we've got obviously COVID still at the moment, and there are obviously restrictions in place for entering certain countries, so it's made traveling a little bit more complicated. So whereas in the past some people may have gone on a multi-center destination, maybe they've got to go to Japan for the culture and the history, and then they'll jump on a flight and go down to Thailand or Vietnam for a beach holiday. You can simplify the whole kind of experience. You can ensure that when they go on their trip, they can have all of the things that they need by just going to one country, and it'll just simplify the whole travel process for them. Yep. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sandra. Last words.
No, I just want to thank you very much for your support for Okinawa. There's lots of different opportunities out there, lots of hidden gems basically that needs to come out and sort of like show to the world. So I'm going to continue to work with everyone. So please do keep in touch with me, and I will still keep in touch with you as well with new latest updates, new accommodations, things like that, new attractions. So thank you very much for everyone for listening today.